Let me introduce you to our little team. So Christo is a former trial lawyer and barrister. He developed an interest in human performance and meditation. He trained and coached Olympic athletes in how to generate and maintain peak performance states using both Eastern and Western techniques. And his work then spread to companies who were interested in peak performance in their people, and soon after developing organisational change and corporate cultures that generate and support high performance. Christo left the legal profession to pursue his interest in transforming companies and empowering people, and he's trained executive coaches in various coaching institutions, in-house executive coach teams, large organisations and boards. He's an author, lives in Melbourne, and welcome, Christo.
Thank you. I'm particularly happy to introduce Gabriella Asmar. Gabriella is an extraordinary person. I've got to say I'm really impressed with what she's done and achieved. She's a lawyer, mediator, an ombudsman, and a systemic constellator. And she was a pioneer in the mediation market in Brazil, which is where she lives. And she helped to craft the mediation market there. She was a co-author of the Brazilian mediation law. And she served as a mediator in corporate, family, criminal, and community conflicts within the Rio de Janeiro court system and in private practice. She has supervised court-annexed mediations in Rio de Janeiro since 2007. Gabriella is a mediation speaker and trainer at numerous universities and other public and private entities throughout Brazil and abroad. She was one of the founders of the Mediation Commission at the State Bar, for which she won the Supreme Court Inover, I think that's the right pronunciation, Inover Award 2009. Her experience includes conducting multidisciplinary teams, conceiving social and environmental responsibility projects, designing business strategies and public policies in different sectors in Brazil. And she's worked as outside counsel in prestigious Brazilian and New York law firms, as general counsel, public affairs director, and ombudsman in multinationals and internationally. And due to her background in conflict resolution, Gabriella now applies deeper systemic methodologies, which is what we're going to be looking at today, to a wide variety of decision-making processes, from the individual perspective to complex corporate strategies, including collective and diffuse relational structures. Great honor. Welcome, Gabriella.
Thank you so much. And now I have the pleasure of introducing Edwina, who is the reason why we are all here. She got in contact with me through those connections that we can only think comes from above. So I'm very thankful. So she came from Cape Town to Australia when she was 3 years old only. And ever since, she has been a healing person. So she had just the experience she needed to get into this path that has no return, of trying to make a better world and better people for this better world. And she's been doing a lot of things, over 20 years of experience in this broad sense of process improvement, training, coaching, and facilitations in general, but in the specific path of systemic constellations. She's been running workshops since 2009, and she's also a trainer for new constellators. And the reason why we're all here is because in one of her workshops, there was a couple from Brazil. And at lunch, they were talking about general subjects. And they mentioned that there is this strange country on the other side of Earth where constellation is used inside the judiciary system, which is Brazil. And that's how she got a reference of a common friend, to whom I'm also very thankful. And then this person said, well, I know a Brazilian who knows about the legal system in Brazil and also about constellation. And she wrote me a WhatsApp. And a few months later, we had a Zoom meeting, and ever since we have been meeting quite often. and trying to put little pieces together so that we can make a better map for this better world that we're all in. And that more than ever, we see how connected we are and how interdependent we are. I must say that I'm here representing Brazil, not just because I am the best constellator in Brazil, but just because there was this sum of factors that took Edwina to me and not to somebody else. So I believe I deserve. I'm sure I deserve. And I'm very proud at this moment to be Brazilian, to be bringing something that Brazil was innovative with. Of course, it started with Bert Hellinger, and there was this Brazilian judge who met Bert Hellinger and Sophie Hellinger and understood how constellations could be useful in the judiciary system. And then Brazil became an innovator. And at these times, these very hard times, for many reasons, political, health issues, and so on, having a reason to be proud of, it's something very, very important. It's a healing by itself. So that's why Edwina found me. And now I'm passing the word back to Edwina.